Good morning, everyone. I'm going to make the cashew sour cream, and it calls for a high-speed blender, so I thought I'd better use my Ninja this time because I got this off of Stacy's website. And I will have to move my stand over because I'm going to have to do some things on the stove too. Hi, good to see you. And I put everything in the blender except the lemon juice. This takes 2 cups of cashews and 2 cups of water, a cup of cashews, and a teaspoon of salt, which I use sea salt. And then there's lemon juice involved too, but I haven't. That goes at the very last after I put it on the stove. So I'm going to mix it in here first, and then I will do it on the stove. And I'll have to move my stand and phone, and I hope that you'll be able to see me mixing it on the stove. I've got my spoon and everything ready. It's cool right now, but it's been getting awful hot in the afternoons. Hi, Phil. I'm getting ready to mix this right now. It's got to be done on here first before I put it on the stove, and then once I put it on the stove, then I'll have to switch my phone and that over. But this has to be done in a super blender or in a high-speed blender. What's the recipe? Okay, it's 2 cups of raw cashews. Or no, 2 cups of water, 1 cup of raw cashews, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 6 tablespoons of lemon juice. Now, after I mix it in here, then it has to be done on the stove. So I'll try to move my stand and everything so you can see it on the stove. I've got a small burner that I've got my small pan on, so I'll try to do it on there. And or else I can move it to the front one. It's just a little bit big. But let me mix it in here first, and we'll blend it up real good first, and then I'll put it on the stove. I guess the whole idea of this, you got to put it on the stove. You got to get it thick. You can't get it thick in here, so I have to put it on the stove to thicken it. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me put this back first. Now I'll stick it on my pan so you can, and I'll try to so you can see it maybe, or a little bit. I don't know if you can see it or not. Although it's kind of hard to tell with the comments coming up the screen. If you can see it, pouring it into my pan, and then I'm going to put it on the stove. I can understand why they use a high-speed blender. This probably wouldn't mix in everything too well. Okay, I'm going to put this over on the stove, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. It's kind of hard to get this stand maneuvered the way it needs to be, but let me move it over here and see if you can be able to see where my, if I have to, I can lower this up, raise it up a little bit. You might not be able, maybe have to point it towards it. It's right here. Or just move it back. There we go. Just a little bit. Move it back just a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to put this on the stove. I'm going to turn this on the stove. Whoops, the wrong one. Always do that. Put it get it on the wrong one, but you watch me, you'll be able to watch me stir it anyway. So, yes, I am, Stacy. I most definitely am. Yes, I took it off your website yesterday. I am using your recipe. So, and you can see me stirring it. I can't get, yeah. And I want to keep stirring it for 5 to 10 minutes. Hi, good to see you. I'm not paying much attention to all the comments, but I wanted to do this because this is on Stacy's website, Our Plant-Based Bunch. I wrote the recipe down, and you put it in a high-speed blender to start with, then you put it on the stove. Oh, it makes it thicker also. Okay, I know you have to stir that in after I take it off the stove. Then I got to stir it. I'll put it in a bowl and stir it after that. But I need to stir it on here for a few minutes, and then I can and this is the first time, you'll have to understand, this is my first time of making this. So, this is a little bit of, it's always a little bit of trial and error when you first start to get it right. Because you can't see me too well. There we go. It's a little bit of trial and error that you try. I don't want to cut myself off too much. There. So a little bit of trial. You can still see my pan a little bit, but I am stirring it, and yeah, I appreciate the fact that Stacy's got her recipes on there, you know, and she does health nuggets. Oh, I can show you my face. I just have to move my thing over just a little bit. There we go. I'll just kind of lean a little forward so you can see it. I just hope that everybody can learn to make their own ingredients. And I'm sorry if Yvette's on here. I'm sorry, Yvette, that I haven't got back to with you yet on the recipe from yesterday. I will intend to get that to you, but I just haven't done it just yet. I did get your message, however, so if you're in here, I will take care of it. I don't know if she's here or not. If Lovey Dove is here, I'm talking. What's Stacy's website again? OurPlantBasedBunch.com. She has a bunch of recipes on there. Just go on her recipes, and she's got all different kinds of things. Baba ganoush and red lentil soup. Anything you name, she's got. Okay, Stacy, thank you for coming in. And tell Jasmine I said hi. And have a great day. I missed your scope this morning, but I'll watch the replay. So, oh, okay. You have a great day, and enjoy your time together. So, and it's OurPlantBasedBunch.com. You go on there, and you can see the. You're welcome. She's got recipes on the top of her website that you just click on that, and it takes you, and it brings up her recipe page. She's got quite a few recipes on that page you can choose anything that you want. The baba ganoush, and she's got lentil soup, potato soup. She's got a pumpkin pie. Yes, OurPlantBasedBunch.com. Yes, that's what it is. It's exactly what it is, and it's a very good website. I go on it every once in a while, and that's where I got this recipe from. Was on her website, because it's very valuable. She's got a lot of good recipes on. I see Philip's in here, and a lot of people are in here that I didn't know would come on before. Oh, yeah, doesn't it though? I haven't tried any of her recipes. This will be the first thing I've tried. I haven't tried the hummus yet. I hope to try that too. Say, I don't know how you pronounce it. It looks like baba ganoush, or is it baba ganoush? Ganoush, I think, is what is on her website. So that's what I call it, baba ganoush. So, but we can all learn from Stacy. We can learn from her. We can learn from Philip. He has a nice vegan recipe for pancakes. He sent that to me. I has yet to try it, but he did send it to me, and I appreciate that. Oh, in case some of you are wondering, Philip messaged me this morning and wondered what happened to my VIP status. I kind of lost it a little bit. I was silver, but I'm back down to bronze. But you know, it's all good. It doesn't really matter, because I'm not in here to win a prize or anything like that. I'm here to help others, and if I get the followers and I get the viewers, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Oh, it's back to silver. Oh, it was. I don't know why it was bronze yesterday, and then it went back. Oh, it went back to silver now. Oh my! I don't know why that. Oh, you know, it was silver yesterday morning, towards the afternoon, and then last night, as I was watching Periscopes, it was bronze. I thought, well, what happened here? And then Philip asked the same thing this morning. Now if it's back to silverware, then I didn't lose anything. So it didn't really matter anyway. You know, I think Periscope is just playing around with me or something. Oh, you made hummus this morning? I think you're right, Philip, because they changed me to bronze, and I've been getting 500-600 on my Periscope sometimes, and I even sometimes I get over 1,000. So I don't know why it would go back down to bronze. I think they made a big mistake. They miscalculated or something is what they did. That's what I think happened. So they didn't really, you know, it wasn't done right. So, but I'm thankful anyway that they're able to, that it did go back to. If it wouldn't have gone back to silver, it wouldn't have made that big of a deal anyway. You know, I'm just thankful that I'm able to do this. And like I said, I signed up for it. And you're having vegan pizza for lunch? Whoa, that sounds good. That sounds good. Hi to those who are just coming in. If I don't see you right away, I'm talking and I'm just stirring this, and I'm not really paying a whole heck of a lot of attention to the comments. But I'm going to watch the replay. I'm going to check them all out afterwards. because I like to keep up with people and things like that. But I do appreciate Philip very much because he keeps me up on things, you know. He'll message me once in a while, you know. And I thank you, Philip, for being concerned about my badge. I wasn't too concerned about it, but now that it's back to silver, I guess I have nothing to worry about. I wasn't worried about it when I went down to bronze anyway, you know. But it's I think Periscope's messing with all of us, you know. Okay, 2 cups of water, 1 cup of raw cashews, and a teaspoon of salt. Now I didn't use the regular salt. I used sea salt, which is sea salt is better than regular salt. I use sea salt. And then when I take this off the stove, it's on the stove right now. Once I take it off the stove, then I'll do 6 tablespoons of lemon juice. So then I'll be doing that. So and then once I get it off the stove. So I think this is getting, you know, I can't thicken it up any more than it already is. So I'm going to take this off the stove. I'm just going to set it on my other burner here. And I'm going to have to add the lemon juice. I just want to make sure that I don't get my stand into the burner, so that's why I got to be careful. And like I said, 6 tablespoons of lemon juice. She said that will really. I'm going to use this one because this is 2. So this is a big 2 tablespoons. Oh, it's not going where I want it to. It's going everywhere else but where it's supposed to go on this thing. But this is a simple recipe that I got off of Stacy's website, and if anybody else wants the recipe, just go on her website and you can get it, because it's a real simple recipe. Very simple, not much to it at all. It's not much to it. Just a very few. Now I might as well just put it in here and just. It's kind of hard to measure it out. I'll just have to put some in here and just, you know, spray it around because it's not coming out the way I want it to anyway. It's getting all over everything. So she said this will thicken up, and then I can just leave it sit here and then cool it in the refrigerator. So, but that's basically all it amounts to. Is just that, and I'll just leave it sit, and it'll thicken as it's sitting there. So, I'm gonna move this back over here. Okay, there we go. Now I'll put it over here. Now, but you know, we can all learn from each other. We can share with each other our different ideas, recipes, and things like that. That's why I do these. I want to share with people my ideas of recipes because, you know, we all have ideas, different ideas that we can share with each other. A little bit. It's not as thick as it should be, but I'm going to probably have to put more lemon juice in it. But it's so hard to measure it out because it wants to squirt all over everywhere. But I'm going to leave it sit for a little bit, and maybe it'll thicken up just sitting there. But you know, I learned so much from Stacy. I learned so much from Philip, and I learned so much from other people that do recipes on here. Because now there is one that I do follow, that she lives in Georgia, Alexis Can Do. She's not exactly vegan, but she does have some real good recipes. I like her some of her recipes. I wouldn't do them all, but I do like some of her. She's done ice cream recipes and different recipes. So, but I like these people that make things because I learn a lot from them. Because I like to do the same thing they're doing. You know, like I said, when Stacy started making her strawberry ice cream, banana strawberry ice cream, I thought, well, I could do that too. You know, and that's why I started doing that. I guess you call me the nut butter queen now, or the ice cream queen or whatever. You know, now I'm I'm on the health food kick. I guess you can call me that now too. But you know, we all learn from each other, and I'm glad that I can do this because it helps me to help you, so that you can live better too. Because we all need to live better. Because we got to be strong and powerful for Jesus. You know, and I don't want any of us to be weak. And we got to get out of the kick. If anybody's in here that's eating the wrong foods, don't eat your meat. Get off the meat. You don't need it. Get off your processed foods. You don't need any of that. It's not good for you. Just leave the processed foods alone. They're not good for you. You don't need the meats. You don't need the dairy. Just leave them all alone, and you'll be fine. Well, I believe you could probably put it on a baked potato. You could probably use it as a dip, and you could probably dip vegetables in it like celery, cauliflower, broccoli. Why not? This is the first I've made it, so I'm going to find different uses for it. So I'm assuming that you know, I'll figure out different things to use it for. But I'm assuming you have baked potato. you know. And I do have a toaster oven, so if I want to do a baked potato, I can put it right in there. No, meat is not the best. You know why? Because meat's eventually going to kill you. You don't understand that you think that you only have to eat meat to get protein. You don't. You can get it from your fruits and vegetables. Yes, it's sitting on the stove right now. I've got to add a little more lemon juice to it. But yes, I did finish making it. I made it here in my container, and then I have to put it on the stove to kind of thicken it a little bit. But I'm leaving it sit. Maybe it'll thicken up just by thickening. I'll have to add a little more lemon juice for it because it just wouldn't go too well. But you know, we can all learn from each other, and I want to help you, and you want to help me, and we help each other, and that's the way it should be. That we all welcome to Periscope for the very first time. That we should be willing to help each other. But the person that talked about meat being the best, no, meat is not the best. I was a meat eater at one time too, but you don't realize that meat is killing you. God never intended for us to eat meat. He gave us the animals in the Garden of Eden only for our environment. But man has chosen to take the meat and slaughter it and put it on our dinner table. And those animals have to go through a lot to be put on our dinner table. And I feel so sorry for them. We should not be eating that meat. God did not give us the meat. He gave us the plant-based diet. Fruits and vegetables in the garden. That's what we need to all get back to. You can get plenty of protein from fruits and vegetables. You don't need to be eating meat. Meat is going to, like I said, it's going to kill you. Slow but sure, it's going to take your life. It's not good. You don't realize the stuff that's in the meat. It's got stuff in there that you shouldn't be eating. Meat's got parasites, all kinds of stuff. And if it falls on the floor, and if there's hair or something on the floor, they don't care. They will mix it into the meat, and they will put it in there, package it, and sell it in the grocery store just that way. You got to be very careful. And you don't realize that you can get human bones in hamburger too. Do you realize that hamburger that you buy in the store, that's not the color of the meat? They add a color into it to make it look pretty. That still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still an animal product. No, I don't. No, I don't have a farm. I used to live on a farm, but I don't live on a farm now. It doesn't matter if it's grain-fed, grass-fed or not. It's still an animal product. You should not be eating the animals at all, because they have to process that meat, and whether it's grain-fed or not, those animals, the cows and chickens and are still going through a process to be slaughtered. Why do you want them to be slaughtered so you can eat them? That's terrible. You know, I don't look at meat the same way anymore. When I see it in the store, I feel sorry for the poor animal that had to die for us to have it on our table. None of us should be putting it on our table. Get rid of it. You don't need it. I stopped eating meat for sandwiches too. You don't need it. Buy imitation meat, like tofurkey, things like that, or make a veggie burger or something like that to eat. You don't need hamburgers. You make a veggie burger. My daughter-in-law makes the best veggie burgers I've ever tasted, and she's a vegetarian. She's been that way. Yes, it is, Philip. It's a disease. People don't realize how diseased those animals really are. They're not healthy animals at all. They've got a lot of things that you shouldn't be eating them. God didn't give us for to eat. He did not give us anything. He did not give the animals for us to eat them. Not at all. And we shouldn't be wanting to eat those animals. What the Health on Netflix? I haven't seen that one. Welcome. Hi, good to see you. I haven't seen that, What the Health. I know they've been talking about it, and I haven't seen that. But I think more people should watch. And I think that might be the one that I had seen a while back on Miss Sensational's, because I follow her on Periscope. She put one up on the animals, and that might be the very one what those poor animals had to go through to be slaughtered. And I was just in tears. I was just in tears on it because I was crying. Those animals were going through so much. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I had to leave. I could not watch it. It was so sad. So think long and hard before you put any more meat on your table, especially pork. That is the worst thing you can eat because that is full of parasites. You cannot cook the meat enough to get rid of all the worms and parasites that has. That is unclean meat to us. God talks about that in the Bible, that it's unclean. The reason it's unclean is because it does not chew its cud. It has the cloven hoof, but it does not chew the cud. In order for it to be clean meat, it has to chew its cud and have a cloven hoof. Thank you. And the thing of it is, people don't understand that. You've been probably eating pork your whole life, and it might look good, but is it good going down? And this world is full of sin sick people. Everybody is sick because of what they're eating. It doesn't matter. It's still an animal product. Any animals, you shouldn't be eating them. You shouldn't be eating any animals at all. No fish, no chicken, which is poultry, no cow of any kind, no pigs. You shouldn't be eating any of them. Leave the animals be. They shouldn't be slaughtered for us to put them on our dinner table. We don't need them. You can get by without them. Look what I'm doing. I'm on a plant-based diet, and everybody keeps telling me I look so good. I know I'm doing something right, and I'm feeling better for it too. The weight's coming off. It's coming off slow, and that's what we need. It needs to come off very slow, but it is coming off. You don't want to lose it fast. But I'm going to continue on this journey no matter what. This journey is something that I need to stay on. I need to stay on this journey because I want to be healthy for Jesus. You went full vegetarian. Well, wonderful. You'll find out that you'll feel a lot better about it too. I've only been on this journey just a short period of time. It doesn't matter if they ate wild animals. We're not them. You don't have to be eating the animals. Not at all. And when you see the animals in in Africa and that, killing other animals to eat them, that comes from sin. That's what they're killing them so they have some food to eat. But we don't really need to eat the animals. I suggest that you get off of your meat diet. I've come completely off of meat. I don't need it. When I see that meat in the store, I just walk right past it. And I don't care if some of the meat is organic. They have organic meat out there now. It's not good for you either. It's still an animal product. Anything that's an animal product, leave it alone. Animal and dairy, leave it completely alone. I don't need cheese either. Don't need that stuff. You know what it's got in it? It's got pus and blood and everything in it. Milk. And another thing, milk. Cow's milk, that is only meant for calves, not human beings. Do not drink that either. Make your own milk. I make my own almond milk, and cashew milk. It is delicious. Make it yourself. You know what's in it, and you don't have to worry about harming it. The stuff you buy in the store, a lot of that stuff has ingredients in there that you're never going to be able to pronounce. If you can't pronounce it, don't put it in your body, because it's not healthy. Unless you do a lot of research on those ingredients that are in a certain product, whatever it might be, you're not going to know what that product is. Yeah, that's wonderful you're trying to come off all dairy. Now, if it wouldn't have been for Philip and the carrageenan periscope he had done, I would not know anything about it, because I was eating foods with carrageenan in it. Once I realized what the carrageenan was doing, I went and looked at some of the foods I had in my refrigerator, and I had to throw them out because they have the carrageenan in them. I've got veggie cheese. Well, I'm not eating it, but my dog's eating it. I figure it's not going to hurt my dog any. So, but she's on antibiotics. I have to give her a pill every morning and night. So I just wrap it up in cheese and give it to her. She loves it. But I don't need it. It's got the carrageenan in it. It's going to hurt you, hurt your system. Unless you know what those ingredients are, you shouldn't put them in your body. Yes. Well, it's right. We have enough plants. We don't need to eat the animals to survive. People will say, yes, they need the animals to survive. But you don't. God didn't give us the animals to eat. He gave us the fruits and vegetables. And after all, when we get to heaven, we're not going to be eating animals. We're going to be planting vineyards. We're going to be eating fruits and vegetables in heaven. So why not do it now? No, you shouldn't really be having dairy either. It's not good for you, because cow's milk, that's only meant for calves. It's not meant for human beings. That's true. That's true. It did happen due to sin. But we shouldn't be putting things in our body that are not meant to be there. Well, I'm only doing what I know to be true, what God has said we should do and what we should not do. We have, as Seventh-day Adventists, we have a beautiful health message. But unfortunately, a lot of people are not talking about it. They're passing it by. But it's something we need to tell other people, because everybody needs to live healthy and be well, as Stacy said. If you don't give the health message to them, they're not going to know what's the proper thing to eat and what's not. I'm learning more and more by watching these periscopes, what's good for you and what isn't. Nutritional yeast is another one you shouldn't be having, because it's got neurotoxins in it. I'm learning so much by watching these periscopes and from other people. So I would advise you start following other people, listening to them, and looking at the ingredients on the products that you buy, and maybe do some research on those ingredients to see how good they really are, because you're going to be mighty surprised. that you're going to find out they're not really good for you. So, but I think I'll call this Periscope to a close now because I have things I have to do. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad I could do it. Okay. I do already have an almond milk and cashew milk Periscope in my profile. If you want to follow me, just follow me and go in there, and they're still there. Go find them on my profile, and you can watch those because I did do a Periscope on them right now on almond milk and cashew milk. I also did almond butter and cashew butter as well, and I did cashew cheese the other day, so I did that one as well. So just feel free to go in my profile and watch it. But I think I'll call this Periscope to a close now because I have things I have to do. But I thank you all for coming in and sharing with your followers. And I hope you all have a great day and that you have a marvelous day. And take care. God bless and bye-bye. Bye-bye.